Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in today. I got a request recently to teach a class from a chair. A lot of you are working from home and need to take a movement break, so I thought to offer a class for all of you. What we're going to be moving through today are some controlled articular rotations to lubricate the joints and also some active stretching techniques so that your body's feeling like $1,000,000 after the class. One thing I want to say about those controlled articular rotations really quickly is that when I'm teaching these in classes, I see a lot of people who are moving through these movements haphazardly or really lackadaisical. This is probably the single healthiest movement you can take for any single joint in your body. So really take them seriously, and I promise you, your joints are going to really respond well by functioning properly for a really long time. So let's get started. Starting from the neck down. Sit up nice and tall in your chair. And then close the eyes here. We'll move our neck through 5 directions. Start to peel your chin down towards your chest. And then see if you can start to drag your chin across your left collarbone. Turn your chin over to the left shoulder. Side bend, drop your left ear behind your shoulder. Start to lean your head back, lift your nose up. Then we'll start to drop the right ear behind the right shoulder and then rotate chin over towards right shoulder. Pull your chin back down across the chest and then reverse, go the other way. Start to turn the chin over to the right shoulder. Drop right ear behind right shoulder. Lean back, lift your nose up. Left ear behind left shoulder. And then rotate chin over towards left shoulder. Pull your chin back down across the chest and then we'll rise back up. Let's stretch a little bit here. So take your left hand to your head and then draw the head over to the left side. And I'd like to play with the stretch a little bit. So maybe you tilt the head slightly forward, maybe you tilt the head slightly back. Everyone holds tension in different lines, so just find where your biggest stretch is. And then once you find that angle that works best for you, hand wins the tug of war, but you're going to gently pull your head back against the hand. So my head is trying to pull over to the opposite side. Start off light. Let's start to increase that effort. Slowly, smoothly, scaling it up more and more. Let's get to the safest and greatest effort you can create here without any pain or suffering. Big inhale. As you exhale, relax the neck, relax that resistance. Can your hand pull your head just a little deeper into that stretch? And hold that new stretch for 2 more breaths. Inhale, we're going to come back to center. Move the head around gently side to side. Let's move to the other side. So now take your right hand to your head, start to draw the head over to the right. Maybe the head tilts slightly forward, maybe slightly back. Just find where your biggest stretch is. And then once you find it, keep it at that angle. The hand wins the tug of war, but the head is starting to push back against the hand. Slowly and progressively, you're going to scale the effort up in the head. Further and further to where you're getting to your safest and greatest effort. Big inhale. Exhale, relax that resistance in the neck and the head. You're going to start to bring your head just a little deeper into that position. Let's hold this position for 1 more breath. And then relaxing that, again, tilt your head gently side to side. Okay, so now let's move down to the shoulders here, a couple cars on each side. Bring both of your arms out in front of you, make some tight fists, hitchhiker thumbs. Bring your arms nice and slow on your next inhale up towards the ceiling. See if you can pull those arms back without the elbows bending. Rotate your thumbs to the top of your mat. Start to sweep those arms up and back. Thumbs are going to turn down and into the body. Nice. Now with your thumbs pointing in towards your chair, take an inhale, pull those knuckles up and back as far as you can. Thumbs and arms are then going to sweep back up through that high point, big circles. Reach those arms up, over, and then down. 1 more round, big inhale, reach up. Pull back, rotate forward, sweep up and back, turn the thumbs down and in. And then from the opposite side, inhale, pull those knuckles up and back. Thumbs and arms are then going to sweep back through that high point, big circles, up, over, and then down. Okay, now bring your arms to your thighs. Let's work through a couple cat-cows within the spine. If you find that your back is pressing up against the support of your chair, scoot your butt just a little further forward so you have a little bit of clearance between your torso and the support behind you. So with your hands on your thighs, take an inhale. You're going to bring your chest forward. Tilt your chin up, eyes to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, pull the chest down to the belly, tuck your chin close to the chest. So rounding into a C shape. Inhale, belly moves forward, chest lifts up, head and eyes towards the ceiling. Exhale, curl into cat pose. See if you can find just a little more of that C shape this round. Inhale again, go even bigger into cow pose. Belly forward, chest up, eyes back behind you. Exhale, pull a little deeper into cat pose, tucking in a little bit closer. One more round. Inhale, belly forward, chest lifts up, take the head and eyes back. Exhale, curl as deep as you can into that C shape. Next inhale, we're going to come back to a neutral position within the spine. Take your left arm up towards the ceiling as you inhale. As you exhale, start to side bend. Bring that left arm up and over to the right. If you want to get a deeper stretch along this side body, maybe join both hands together, and this bottom arm can start to pull the top arm just a little further over. Maybe roll the top armpit back a little more. Maybe curl that armpit forward towards your thigh, so a little rotation maybe in your torso. Just searching for where your biggest stretch is there. Stay there and breathe. Next inhale, we're going to come back to center. As you exhale, start to lean to the opposite side, over to the left. And again, maybe a little bit of rotation to where the chest turns down towards that left thigh. Maybe you start to roll that right shoulder up and back a little bit more. Where is your biggest stretch? Stay there for 2 more breaths. All right, inhale, we're going to rise back up. Okay, releasing the arms down to the ground. So bringing your hands down to your thighs, we're going to work with some wrist cars, probably the healthiest thing you can do for your wrists on a daily basis. What you want to mitigate though is movement in your elbow, which looks like this, to where your thumbs start to rotate on top of the pinkies. We want our thumbs and our pinkies to be parallel with the ground, never perpendicular. So once you get that set up, pushing your forearms down into your thighs, let's start to extend our wrists, taking our fingers down to the ground. And then you're going to adduct, meaning the hands are pulling in towards one another. Then you're going to start to flex, starting to point the fingers up towards the ceiling, and then start to adduct, pushing out towards the thumbs. See if you can bring those fingers a little further down, extending, and then pull in towards one another, push out away from one another, and then extend down to the ground. Go back from where you came. So you're going to abduct, flex, adduct, and extend. One more round. Abduct, flex, adduct, extend. So to show you what that looks like, if you're not too mindful of the elbow, it's going to look like something like this. So you can see there's a difference there to where there's no movement going on within this forearm. Make sure that you're holding that nice and stable as you work through that movement. Now, I like to stretch the wrists a little bit here because a lot of times our wrists are in flexion and you want to bring them into that opposing position of extension so that they're moving in both directions throughout your day. So to do that, you just want to rig up a system here to where we're bringing our wrists into extension. You could take it to where the fingers are resting on your thighs. Maybe your fingers are resting and pointing back behind you. Or maybe you're taking your fingers to the chair to where you have your wrists, your palms flat on the ground, and then you're bringing your shoulders past your hands. Any sort of way, you just want your wrists to be moving in this position rather than this position here. So once you got your system rigged up, once you have your hands pushing down into your support, I'm going to ask that you keep your wrists in this position, but then start to create an effort of flexion to where the hands are trying to drag into the opposing direction. And then see if you can scale that effort up a little bit more. Make sure you're still breathing. Safest and greatest effort through your wrists. Take an inhale. As you exhale, now relax the wrist. Can you push a little deeper into that stretch? Hold that for 2 more breaths. All right, we'll relax with that. Let's release the wrists. Maybe roll them around a couple times. All right, now stretching up the hips a bit. Bring your right ankle, this is going to be your left ankle. Bring your left ankle across your right knee. And then we're going to lean forward a little bit into this figure 4 stretch. So I'm going to bring my torso forward. And I'm also going to gently bring my left forearm down to my left thigh just to get a little more rotation in this stretch. Now, once I find my max stretch here, what I'm going to do to make sure that this knee isn't bothersome at all is flex the ankle. So you're going to pull the toes of your left foot up towards the front of your left knee. And then once you have this stretch here, we're going to add another layer to this, so getting active in this stretch so that there's better communication happening to your nervous system. So as you keep your deepest stretch here, I want you to gently push this left ankle down into your thigh. And as you push the ankle down, additionally, your left knee is going to try to pull out to the left side. So there's an effort of dragging out. So pushing down and pulling off to the side. Start off light, but we'll start to progressively increase that effort. Start to work further and further, finding your safest and greatest effort there. Taking a big inhale. As you exhale, relax. Now, can you use that left forearm to maybe bring the knee down a little bit more? Can you bring your torso maybe a little further forward over this shin? So again, finding your biggest stretch. Once you find your biggest stretch, stay there. One more time, an effort of pushing ankle down, pulling shin and knee off to the side. Start off light, but progressively start to increase that effort. Hold that as you exhale, and then we'll relax with that as you inhale, rise up. So another thing I like to do in this figure 4 position is work with the ankle, giving the ankle a little love, just like we did with the wrist a little bit earlier. So you're going to give a little more space or clearance for this ankle so the foot can move all the way around and the ankle move around in all the different ways that it moves. So you're going to hold on nice and tight to the shin. You're going to hold the toes in an extended position. So pull those toes back to the front of the ankle and then start to draw a circle through the balls of your foot. And then see if you can start to increase the depth of that circle. And you'll notice I have some areas within the spectrum here to where my foot or my ankle kind of hiccups through. I'm going to try to smooth that out as best as I can. And after your next round, let's reverse, go the other way. Biggest circles possible, just making sure that you're not pushing into any pain. After the next rep, we'll relax. Let's switch sides. So bring that left foot down to the ground, cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. So creating that figure 4 position, I'm going to flex my right ankle, hold on to the shin, lifting the chest and folding deeply. Now, once I find my stretch here, I'm going to start to gently push my right ankle down against my left thigh. And then my thigh here is going to try to pull off to the right side. So pushing down and dragging out laterally at the same time. Scale those efforts up. Eventually finding your safest and greatest. Take an inhale. As you exhale, relax. See if you can fold just a little deeper over that front shin. Find your biggest stretch, maybe guiding this right knee a little closer to the floor. Once you find that, start to find that effort. Ankle pushing down, knee pulling off to the side, starting gentle but increasing that effort. Finding safest and greatest once again. Take an inhale. Exhaling to relax. We're going to rise up, giving a little more clearance for this right ankle. Holding on to the shin nice and tight. Let's start to draw some circles with this right foot. So the biggest circles you can draw in that ankle. Next round, we'll reverse. Go the other way. Last round here. All right, and we are done with that. Nicely done. So this has been a quick routine that I like to do while sitting in a chair. Hopefully this has been beneficial for you. Remember, don't push through any pain. Pain is a really good way of your body telling you something's wrong, so you want to listen to that more so than trying to create any specific movement. But if you're not finding pain through any of these movements, work with them with some consistency, and you'll definitely find a lot of benefit, especially if you're sitting in a chair for a good portion of your day. Thanks so much for practicing. Have a wonderful rest of your day.